Hello, everyone. Luis Concepcion here from Strategic Profit Line Trading, coming to you with the plan of the week for week number 34. And this is the last week of August. Here's our agenda for the week. I'll go ahead and I'll cover a news overview, provide a market overview of the indices. And while earnings season is dwindling down and we only have 124 companies reporting earnings this week, everybody will have their eyes on NVIDIA this week as they report earnings on in the middle of the week. So for our week 33 results, provided 24 zones, and we actually had a pretty good week. Went 6-0, 17 no entry, and Baidu is in the area. It just took off. It's probably about $1 higher than the zone. So you can pay attention to that. Here's the outlook on earnings for this week. Again, a lot of small companies reporting earnings that pertain to the IWM and or the RUT. So really things are going to pick up midweek on Wednesday with companies that individuals really know, especially with everybody waiting on NVIDIA reporting earnings. Went ahead and I updated, as you can see, for week 33, EL, HOV, Walmart, Oasis, FN, they all worked. FN did work for if you did options. However, if you did stocks, you probably did get stopped out. And then into it, if you took this in stocks, you probably got stopped out. But however, in options, because I transitioned everything to options, vertical all calls will be in progress, and the verticals did work out, bringing us to 69 and 3 on the year. Transitioning to the news, as you can see on Monday, there is no news to be reported. Moving on to Tuesday, no news again that is affecting the US. However, the Canadian dollar will be affected midday, so be mindful of that for those of you trading futures and Forex. And in the afternoon, you can pay attention to the Australian dollar. Moving on to Wednesday, again, zero news, zero impact. And again, I truly believe it's because everybody's waiting on NVIDIA to impact the market with their earnings on Wednesday after the market and coincides with Thursday morning. You can see not only will we have the reaction to NVIDIA earnings, we do have GDP, unemployment claims, pre-market, so there should be some type of volatility in the event NVIDIA has a big move due to earnings. And then finally on Friday, nothing affect I'm sorry, PCE and price index reports pre-market, and that's gonna do it for our news this week. Moving into the charts, starting with the SPX, as you can see, we came down and hit our level pretty much right to the level. And we had a nice 3 days. The beginning of the week, we fell, and then we hit our level. And then Friday, Jerome Powell and POTUS spoke and said, the world is great again, and the market took right back off. So settling right up here pretty much close to the all-time highs. The SPX did not make an all-new time high. However, the SPY did. So once again, leaving this level in place, 6345.77 to 6286.79. On the demand side, just be mindful we did touch that level and it reacted from it. And we still have the level that hit on August 1st, which is 6213.75 to 6172.23. So again, anticipating a slow beginning of the week, Monday through Wednesday, and then I believe that NVIDIA will shake the markets up a little bit and give us some type of movement. Moving on to the NASDAQ, same thing. As you can see, the NASDAQ came into our level. It pretty much went all the way down to the bottom of the level and turned around from here. NASDAQ a little bit more weaker than the S&P 500 and the SPX. So with that being said, I'm going to remove this level and leave our level for the August 1st drop, which is the 22,715.02 to 22,381.61. There is, for those of you who are more advanced, you can look on a smaller time frame. There is a level here on the 60-minute and 240. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, you can feel free to intraday that level. However, I'm going to say there is no supply in the NASDAQ, especially for my less experienced viewers. Just in case NVIDIA blows to this zone if they have positive earnings. And if they report negative earnings, we should see correction, possibly back to the 22,715 to 22,381, and that's going to be the Nasdaq. Moving on to the Dow Jones, as you can see, the Dow Jones is stronger than the SPY and the Nasdaq. It went ahead and finally broke its levels and finally made an all new time high on Friday. With that being said, the first level I have for you is going to be at 449.13 to 445.84, and the subsequent level at 442.81 to 439.06. So the Dow finally caught up to making all new time highs with the SPY and the NASDAQ. Now, finally moving on to the rut, as you can see, the rut finally broke this previous level that we had here that worked numerous times. Bounced off of our level here that I provided. So now leaving a new level, 2236.46 to 2200.83. As you can see, the rut is the one that is last always, and needs to make its all new time high if it decides to catch up with the rest of the indices, leaving our last level at 2412.03 to 2461.77. And on the demand side, once again, 2236.46 to 2200 even. Moving into earnings, the first company I have for you, and this is going to be Monday pre-market, is going to be Pinduoduo, ticker symbol PDD. And on the supply side, 139.72 to 145.99. On the demand side, 95.05 to 91.36. Again, pay attention to this company Monday at the open as they report before the market. Moving on to Monday after the market, company I have for you is Heiko, ticker symbol HEI. No supply. First demand level I have for you is going to be 278.72 to 264.03. Moving on to Tuesday morning, first company I have for you is BMO, ticker symbol BMO. No supply? No supply on this company. First demand level I have for you is at 104.23 to 100.77. Moving on to Tuesday after the market, first company I have for you is OKTA, ticker symbol OKTA. On the demand side, 75.45 to 72.90. On the supply side, 120.93 to 127.8. Next company I have for you is MongoDB, ticker symbol MDB. On the supply side, 253.58 to 279.89. Be mindful this level has already worked once. And on the demand side, 115.71 to 93.43. Next company I have for you is PVH, ticker symbol PVH. On the demand side, 52.74 to 43.49. On the supply side, 89.03 to 97.29. Understand there is a subsequent level right above it, 97.76 to 103.32. Moving on to Wednesday morning before the market, first company I have for you is Abercrombie & Fitch, ticker symbol ANF. As you can see, this level has worked multiple times, so I would take this level with extreme caution. As a matter of fact, let me change this right now to this level right here. 106.67 to 112.96 on the supply side with a subsequent level at 124.30 to 134.42. Just understand that pretty much from 106 to 134, there is supply in this company. First demand level I have for you is at 64.02 to 57.15 with a subsequent level at 55.78 to 48.91. Next company I have for you, Williams-Sonoma, ticker symbol WSM. This supply level, be mindful that this has already worked previously, that level being 208.89 to 220.12. Then on the demand side, all the way down at 121.86 to 107.22. Next company I have for you is Smucker's Jelly, ticker symbol SJM. On the demand side, 87.23 to 81.46 with a subsequent level at 78.16 to 73.16. On the supply side, 139.27 to 147.65. Next company I have for you is Donaldson, ticker symbol DCI. On the supply side, 77.24 to 79.05. And on the demand side, 62.84 to 60.48. Then moving on to Wednesday afternoon, the behemoth that everybody is waiting for, good old Nvidia. This level did work for us last week. Our members, when some of our members were able to take advantage of this level, you can see it just hit the 168.56 to 164.58. With that being said, because this level already worked pre-earnings, I'm going to move this level a little lower and be mindful that we have two levels, one at 165.38 to 161.53 with a subsequent level at 158.70 to 150. And given NVIDIA's strength and where the market is, I'm going to say that there is no supply. However, my members know how to play this level here, and you receive that email over the weekend on how to play that lower time frame level, and you have the levels on how to trade it. So we will see what NVIDIA does for us and see if it can shake up this market for us on Thursday morning. Next, moving on to Snowflake, ticker symbol SNOW. On the supply side, 226.40 to 235.49. On the demand side, 184.34 to 177.43, with a subsequent level at 169.34 to 164.07. And be mindful again, these three companies that I'm talking about, NVIDIA, Snowflake, and the next one, CrowdStrike, they all are in the tech world, so NVIDIA may have a significant impact on them. So moving on to CrowdStrike, also reporting Wednesday afternoon with NVIDIA and Snowflake. On the supply side, 496.52 to 517.98. On the demand side, 393.20 to 381.96 with a subsequent level at 374.48 to 354.80. Next company I have for you is Viva, ticker symbol VEEV. On the demand side, 243.21 to 231.82. And I have no supply for you in this company. Next company is Five Below, ticker symbol FIVE. On the supply side, 169.89 to 187.29. And on the demand side, 86.67 to 79.86. With a subsequent level at 76.60. Just realize that there's three levels on top of each other starting at $86. Moving on to Thursday morning, first company I have for you is Dollar General, ticker symbol DG. On the supply side, 119.83 to 127.07. I just remember when we were trading this at 80, so funny. And then on the demand side, 98.36 to 95.99. Next company I have for you, Best Buy, ticker symbol BBY. On the supply side, 85.87. I'm sorry, 88.57 to 91.65. On the demand side, 46.72 to 41.87. Next company I have for you is Dick's Sporting Goods, ticker symbol DKS. On the supply side, 243.66 to 254.84. On the demand side, 154.89 to 148.71. Moving on to Thursday after the market, first company I have for you is Marvell, ticker symbol MRVL. On the demand side, 51.04 to 47.93. As you can see, this level has already worked once, so utilize it with caution. That supply level being 85.15 to 93.10, with a subsequent level at 103.34 to 113.6. Next company I have for you is going to be Dell, ticker symbol DELL. On the demand side, 114.52 to 106.18. And on the supply side, 145.28 to 150.40. Next company is Alta, ticker symbol ULTA. Supply zone 560.86 to 575.25. First demand zone I have for you is at 425.80 to 401.07. Also reporting Thursday after the market is going to be Gap for those of you looking for a cheaper stock to trade. Demand zone 19.53 to 17.89, and it has room to go to 27.72 to 29.31 on the supply side. Next company I have for you is Elastic, ticker symbol ESTC. On the demand side, 64.44 to 54.11, and on the supply side, 110.32 to 118.26. Then moving on to Friday, we have Alibaba. Our levels have been working pretty well in this company this year. On the demand side, you have a level here at 108.64 to 104.18. Realize that there's another level here from 102 to 95 that previously worked for us earlier in the year. On the supply side, 130.79 to 134.77. And understand our level that worked at the 138 level worked. And this just caught my eye. Just realized there's another level right here at 141.87 to 148.58 in the event there's an overshoot on Alibaba. That's going to do it for me in the charts this week. If you're not doing so already, go ahead and follow me on social media. You can check out the blog on the website. If you haven't done so already, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to email me at admin@splllc.com. And hopefully NVIDIA and this week is a good week for us. Until next time, happy trading.